Welcome. I'm Jenna Hill, and I am your breathwork facilitator. I'm so excited that you found breathwork. This has been such a huge transformation for me, and I'm excited to share it with you. Breathwork is a somatic experience, so it's going to help us to tap in to our body that has stored these memories and patterns that we have. And often they keep us stuck using old belief systems that no longer serve us. So, breath work is able to tap into your subconscious and create healthier patterns. And once you are able to choose the belief that is current, that is healthy, it's going to affect the way that you think, which is going to affect your emotions and ultimately your actions, so that you are able to move in the direction that you want and not feel so stuck in a cycle. So, I want to make sure that you have a setting that you feel safe in for your breathwork experience. And that's what this video is for, is to tell you how to set up your space for breathwork. I want you to have a place where you can be undisturbed. You have enough room to move for different portions of it, and then also ideally to lay down on your back with a nice, comfortable support. So, um, it would also be helpful to let others know who are in your home or building that they might hear some noises, and that's okay. We do express ourselves and get tension out and anxiety and stress and anger, something that we don't do in our culture enough. So we're going to start with shaking, and this will be led the entire process to music. So I like to use some good tribal music to help us shake and release what no longer serves us. Then we're going to move on to laying down on our back, and I want you to be comfortable, ideally with a pillow beneath your head and another pillow under your knees for support to your back. I would like you to have a blanket nearby so that when your temperature changes with breath work, you can adapt. You're going to want to have a water bottle. And if you don't have a face mask and it's going to be in person with me, I will provide them. But ideally, it is helpful to create your own zone by wearing a face mask over your eyes. So if you can do that, that's ideal. And also, I want you to have a journal or some paper and a pen nearby so that afterward you can jot down any breakthrough thoughts, creative ideas, insights that you don't want to lose. Now, after we do the shaking part, we're going to go into different rounds of breathing. And it's really important that we stimulate our vagus nerve to help us to downregulate um, in our system, our nervous system. So I'm going to show you how to really maximize that. Ideally, you want to breathe as much as you can in and out through your nose. Do your best. And if you have to open your mouth to breathe, that's certainly an option. Do what feels right for you and listen to your body. Your body holds the wisdom here. Now, I want you to put your hand over your chest and the other hand on your belly. And belly breathing is going to be key, and also to breathe deeper than normal. So let me show you, keeping your chest from moving and then breathing through your belly. Do it like this. Notice how my chest didn't move. As you become more advanced, You can maximize it even further by doing your belly and then your chest, and then exhaling the backwards from chest to belly. So let me show you that. It's a goal, but it doesn't have to be today. So cut yourself some slack. Here's the goal. Okay. The key is to have really deep inspiration and expiration, more than normal. All right. And we're going to move through different lengths of breathing using the beats of the music. Our home base is always going to be the earth breath, which is 4 beats in and 4 beats out. Next, I'll move you to the water breath. That's going to be for 2 beats in and 2 beats out. I will guide you the whole way. This is simply an introduction. So when I say these words, you'll know what I'm referencing. The next speed would be the air breath. 1 beat in, 1 beat out. All right. And then our fastest is going to be the breath of fire. Now, it really helps for breath of fire if you can focus on the exhale, because your in breath is going to happen naturally. Your diaphragm is going to recoil for inspiration. So really focus on the exhale, and I'm going to show you from a side angle. Well, let's try this way. Okay, here we go. All right. It does help sometimes for me to think of panting like a dog. Okay. So, breath of fire, we'll do that until I tell you to stop. And then we're going to do a series of breath holds. So then I'll tell you to take a nice deep breath in, hold it at the top. We'll do that for maybe 10 to 15 seconds. And I'll have you visit your intention. Okay. And having an intention for this practice is very helpful. Okay. So if you can take a moment, and if you need to pause this video, that's fine. Think of what you are looking for. Maybe you want more peace. Maybe you're looking for more self-love, more compassion, more forgiveness. But I want you to think of a quality that you're trying to increase or have more of in your life. So I will remind you to visit your intention throughout the session several times. Now, after we've held it and now we're getting ready to release the hold, there's 2 main ways that we're going to have of doing that. One is called the buzz breath. So if you're in a position where you maybe don't feel as comfortable being loud, then this is still a physical way of releasing it in your body, which is important. So I'm going to show you right here on the tragus of your ear. You're going to hold that closed on both sides and then hum gently through your nose as you exhale after the hold. But I want you to keep a little bit of air at the bottom. So we call it a gentle exhale. Then you're going to hold it at the bottom with that little bit of air so you're more comfortable for it may be 20, 30, 40 seconds. I'll guide you. Hold it as long as you can and visit your intention again and just observe what comes up for you. All right? Breath work is not thinking work, it is body work. So all you need to do during this entire process is breathe, keep an open mind, and observe. Observe without judgment what's coming up for you. So breathe, observe. You don't need to figure anything out, solve any problems, think anything through. Let your subconscious show you what you've been needing. And hopefully it'll be based on your intention. But if it's not, it's going to be what you need. You will come away with something. All right. So after you've exhaled to the bottom, you've held it gently, then we're going to start our next round, okay, of breathing. We're going to do 2 to 5 rounds using a song each time. And using the faster patterns is going to be the breakthrough experience. And it's going to be more activating, more invigorating. There's also another method, and it's actually going to be a flow, okay? And that's where we actually slow down the breathing and do a different style. So for that, we usually would start at the earth breath, 4 beats in, 4 beats out. And then to go to flow, it would be 4 beats in, 8 beats out. Okay. And your goal is just to keep that pattern throughout. Now, if you find that I am telling you at some point to breathe in and here you are, you're breathing out, don't be hard on yourself. You have a choice. You can either sync yourself with me to what I'm saying, if that feels right for you, or if you're already breathing at the right pattern, the right pace, just keep the pace. Pace and depth of breathing are the most important parts there. Whether I'm in and you're out or vice versa doesn't matter as much. Okay? So cut yourself some slack. You cannot do breath work wrong as long as you are doing keeping an open mind and breathing and observing. That's it. Okay? So after we've done our 2 to 5 breath songs and done our different patterns of holding, I just remembered there's another exhale that I wanted to share with you. And actually, it's my favorite. We talked about doing the buzz breath, right? Where we do this humming after a hold, if that's more comfortable for us. However, if you can give yourself permission to just let go, this is going to be an incredible release for you. And it honestly was my favorite part of breathwork the first time I did it. Let me ask you, right? What happens when a 2-year-old doesn't get their way? Have you seen that? It looks like fist beating, kicking, screaming, the whole thing, right? So that's what we're going to do. Okay. When we exhale, you have the option to what I call throwing a fit. Some people call it toning. It's throwing a fit. And it feels so amazing. We do not have a place for that in our culture that's acceptable enough. And this is where it comes. So when I say, we're getting ready to finish our hold, get ready to throw your fit, I want you to just beat your arms on the ground, do your heels, and just let loose. Be 2 years old for just however many seconds, okay? It is so liberating, okay? So then once you're at the end of that, okay, we'll move on to the next song. Now, at the end of all those rounds, we're going to have the opportunity to do a meditation. I will guide you to that. So much of breath work and change in your life, creating that shift, is combining emotions and repetition. So when I am doing the meditation, I want you to feel everything you can. Really go into your mind with the visualizations and notice where you feel it in your body and allow it. Okay? That's how you rewire your neurosystem. Okay? So, this is all about neuroplasticity and creating new pathways that are going to work better for you. So, after we do the meditation, that's going to be really People love it. We're going to move on to integration. And that's going to be where I have 2 to 3 songs where you just lay there. You don't have to do anything. Now you're just breathing your natural pattern, just like with the meditation, and allowing to come up what you need to see. Let your subconscious unroll, show you what you need to know, and just observe. It's a private moment. I will not be speaking. I want to give you the space to do that. And after the integration, I will give you a little bit of time to write down any thoughts that came through during that for you. And it may surprise you what you see. For me, it's like I see myself from a more objective perspective. And it's these aha moments of like, no wonder I couldn't create this change. I was missing that key point. So listen to your subconscious and what it has for you. Remember, you're going to get what you need. May not be what you want, but what you need. And lastly, I like to offer an opportunity for a sharing circle. You don't have to share if you don't want, but a lot of people these days need connection. We're feeling isolated, technology. Maybe we don't have a safe community or connection to share these emotions with or these experiences. So I'm going to offer a sharing circle at the end. Share what feels good to you. And if it doesn't, you can say, I'll pass for now. No judgment. It's all good. Just know that what you say and the breakthrough that you share may be a missing link that somebody else just would benefit from, right? And they may do the same for you. So if you could stick around for the sharing circle, keeping an open mind, and just knowing that it's still part of the process. And I want you to have that sense of community and belonging. We all need that. I am so excited for you. Can't wait to see you at the next session. And please, if you have any questions, reach out to me and know that you are in control during all of your breathwork sessions. Safety is important. And if I'm asking you to do something that doesn't feel right for you, it's okay to listen to your body. I'll see you there.